what's happening. LibertyOrDeathTV. This is my first installment, and I apologize about the cheap setup and no lights and no good editing and stuff like that. It's my first time. I'm still moving in here. I'm moving from Connecticut. I'm a Connecticut refugee here in New Hampshire. Just moved in. Going to establish residency here due to the anti-liberty laws that were passed in Connecticut. I did everything I possibly could. I went to all the rallies. I went to the state capitol. I testified against the injustice that was being done. My testimony is on record. Please look it up. I did everything I possibly could. I joined all the groups. I joined the NRA. I gave them money. Did everything I possibly could in that amount of time to fight the legislation. Unfortunately, it passed. Completely unconstitutional, I know. Passed anyway. So, I made the decision that I could no longer invest in Connecticut. Why? Even if they repeal this law, it just shows that the legislation in Connecticut is too far gone to the left, and it's too far of a progressive state. Other things are coming down the pike. And if those other things are coming down the pike, I can't trust in it. One thing that I was looking up as I looked into the Connecticut's records, let me just check my notes here. They took in 2011, they took in $15.7 billion for the fiscal year of 2011 to 2012. Now, it's pretty crazy, right? They also, the firearms industry was $1.7 billion of that. So, really? Yeah, 11% of the state's income was based on firearms. And then they just passed a law telling them all, you can move out, it's cool, we don't want you. Great. So you just killed 11% of your income, Connecticut. Congratulations. Connecticut went from 44th to 45th friendliest state for new businesses and for business. So you basically just said, yeah, we're going to get worse towards business, and we're going to kick other businesses out. But so anyway, New Hampshire, third friendliest state for business. No sales tax, no corporate income tax, no inventory tax. I mean, the place is fantastic. Laws. Just the seatbelt law alone should teach you something. Every other state in this union has a seatbelt law. The seatbelt does not affect anybody else but yourself. If you're a child, it's one thing, right? If you have other people in the car, it's one thing. But if you are by yourself, even if you have other people in your car that are all adults, if you're driving, you wearing a seatbelt does not make anybody in the world safer. Nobody. Yet they make you wear one. Why? Because it's probably cause pull you over, give you a ticket, boom. But there's no real reason for it. It doesn't make anybody else safer. Matter of fact, you wearing no seatbelt makes you a safer driver because you actually have to care more about what's going on around you. But that's not the point. The point is, it's a personal choice, and again, it's a lack of freedom. Okay? I don't do drugs, just like people, I believe they should have the ability to. Okay? It is a matter of personal freedom. So not a war on drugs, it's not a war on seatbelt use, it's not a war on blank or a war, it's all, everything time you hear the word war, you should think less freedom, because that's exactly the truth. It's less freedom. Boom, 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 boom. Big, huge gunshot should go off. So basically I'm here today to talk about one particular concept, and that's the concept of anti-liberty. This one concept needs to spread out. An anti-liberty law, which is what one of the laws that passed in Connecticut, sent me here to New Hampshire. Anti-liberty law is something that needs to kick in. That's a phrase that needs to be thrown out for everything. An anti-liberty law is a seatbelt law. An anti-liberty law is a new tax. An anti-liberty law is anything against the Second Amendment. An anti-liberty law is the CISPA, right? Or is the NDAA. All these things are anti-liberty laws. All these things need to be put under one umbrella. Here's why. I know people that are fighting every one of those fights individually, and they're not having as good of an effect or as a conglomerated effect as if we all work together. If we all work together against anti-liberty all together, we would have more of an effect than we would if we go little by little, one little thing. Now the Second Amendment people, right, myself included, are the biggest thing on the news, right? We're the ones that get the most attention. But the NDAA should have gotten just as much attention. It's unbelievable. You no longer have due process. It's unbelievable, right? The fact that the Associated Press is being checked out by our tyrannical president. It's insane. You couldn't even make this stuff up. And I know people that were diehard Obama supporters, and now they're coming out saying, he's a little bit of a tyrant, this is a little messed up, When John Cusack comes out and says, the Democrats better wake up, you hit a nerve, okay? This is John, I love John Cusack as an actor, he's a little lefty thinking, but I like that, the whole entire deal there, I like the whole entire acting thing. Gross point blank, genius. Point is this. Anti-liberty is a concept that should be strung on to everything that is anti-liberty. Everything against the First, Second, Third, Fourth. The 13th Amendment, you know what an anti-liberty thing is? Social Security. Social Security is an anti-liberty thing, and I have a whole entire thing I'm going to do on that by itself. But the point is this. Please start using the term anti-liberty. Please start attaching it to every single thing that you possibly can that is against the Constitution, against the personal liberty, freedom, and I believe that we will all start having a better fight, a better punch, and we'll be able to say anti-liberty, which is a negative towards those people. Right? Pro-life, no, you're anti-liberty. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, I'm trying to protect the children. You're not trying to protect the children, you're trying to take my freedom away. I'm not trying to take your freedom away. You don't have to put on the defensive. You have to change the language, right? Saul Alinsky, in his book, Rule for Radicals, said you have to change the language. You have to construct the language in such a way that you're able to win the fight. Well, we have to win the fight by changing the language, not to they are helping people, that they are actually hurting people, because in reality they are. So we need to change the language. Okay, it's not just anti-gun. No, it's anti-liberty. Because I don't tell people they have to own something. They're telling me I can't own something. They are taking something away. I'm saying that they have the choice, whether they want to be able to protect themselves or not. The police do not have the duty, nor the constitutional right. Actually, the Supreme Court had rulings, two rulings, or several rulings, I think, on the fact of saying that police officers have no duty to protect you whatsoever. You have the duty to protect yourself. Cops are only there to make sure the laws are enforced, and that's it. If they happen to be there when someone's shooting at you, they shoot back. Besides that, that's it. You have to protect you. But I don't tell somebody they have to go out and buy a shotgun. Joe Biden says you gotta shoot a hole through the door without looking and checking and killing somebody on the other side because that's security or some reason. The point is this, I'm not telling you what you can't do. What I'm saying is you can do anything you want as long as you don't harm another human being. Why is it so hard to understand? So this is my first installment. Please send this out to whoever you can. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll be able to bring one of these every single week, get the other concepts out there, anti-liberty, start using the language, start changing the language, start making these things, start taking back our freedoms, start taking back the conversation back to liberty.